What is up, everyone? This is the Alt Life back again with another video, and today guys we're going to be talking about some of my favorite day trading and swing trading patterns for trading altcoins in the cryptocurrency market. So let's get started. So as you can see here, we are on investopedia.com. I'm currently looking at a diagram of the cup and handle breakout formation here. So basically how this formation works is, you typically have this run where it touches a resistance level, bounces off, forms this cup, rounded bottom, some of you guys might call it, and then tries to run again and touch the resistance level for a second time. Usually two scenarios will happen here. It will typically break out, or it will bounce off that resistance level, form a handle, and then try to test it a third time for that cup and handle breakout move that a lot of people typically trade. So I'm going to show you guys some examples using TradingView of a couple coins that are currently in this cup and handle formation. And and just to show you like some of the trading tips and styles that I would typically do while trading this cup and handle formation. So let's get started. So as you can see here, we're currently looking at Monaco. It's currently forming the cup formation at the moment. We don't know if it will form the handle, but that's something we always look for. But that's not the point right now. So typically what I would do is I'd look for the resistance level here. So we have a resistance level here at around the 153,000 Satoshi level here, and it's currently trading at around the 123,000 Satoshi level there. So basically what I look for is is this formation creating, has it established a support level? And it's established a support level here at around the 60,000 Satoshi level, and is trending upward, forming a higher low and a higher low and a higher low. And as you can see here on the RSI, let me get rid of this. The RSI seems to steadily increase, trending upward, as well as the momentum here on the stochastic is currently building towards an uptrend. So that is one thing I'm looking forward when I'm trading intraday or swing. Right now, as you can see on this chart, Monaco is moving fairly slow, so this would be more of a swing trade play. As you can see here, it takes a couple of days just to move this formation might not be completed for another couple of days here as it goes and tries to touch this 153,000 Satoshi mark here. So as you can see here, there are multiple ways to trade the cup and handle formation. Typically what's worked best for me is I take a conservative approach here, and I establish that this is even forming a cup. So typically I will not even trade this position until a support is established, and then I see a trend trending upward in that general direction. So I would probably invest somewhere around this range, possibly this range, because I want to see if there is a cup formation forming, so it would give me a better indication that it's going to form a cup and handle formation in the future. So typically you can trade anywhere. You could trade even this earlier section here if you have if you're trying to risk it a little more for more potential gains. But basically there are multiple ways to trade this, and usually what I typically do is you're gonna have to identify your resistance level. So you're gonna have this large resistance level that could be a potential outcome of this cup formation. But I like to always go for this kind of like in between, second tier resistance level here, which is currently at the 126,000 Satoshi level. And I would typically trade one of these three circles, and depending on the gap at the time, I could potentially swing anywhere for if I traded it here up to there, that's 20, that's around 26%. If I traded it here, that's around 15%. If I traded it down here, a little more risky because you haven't quite seen the pattern, that could potentially be let's see right there, so it's almost 30 to 40% there. So it depends on where you guys plan on taking your profits. But most of the time when I'm looking for this cup and handle formation, I want to at least identify that a cup is forming beforehand, before entering this trade for a swing play, if this particular play is going to last a couple days. So as you can see here, you could purchase at any of these. See right here, you have this resistance level here at 126,000. If it does not break through that, and this becomes a different pattern, because it currently looks like it's going to form a cup, but we do not know that yet because it has to break this resistance level here at 126. And you can get out conservatively, take your profits, and that was a good trade. If you guys are a little more risky, you wait for the breakout pattern, confirm that the handle crosses the resistance level, a full close candle, and then heads towards this 153,000 Satoshi level, and that's where you can collect even more profits. And then you could also call that a trade. So, and then some people, will hold it even longer and wait for the breakout and where it goes above this resistance level there. And those are multiple trades that you could make, and it just depends on your risk tolerance and how much profit you want to take for your trade. You could trade even these small runs here. You could trade from here to here, and you're still gonna make 3 to 5%. So it just depends on your risk tolerance and how much profit you guys are willing to take from each trade. And that those are different ways to trade it. And I always take a conservative approach, and I always assume that it's gonna be a false breakout, and I take my profits from there. But some people will hold it for the breakout, and that's that's up to them, and that's depending on your type of trading style and how you manage your risk. So this is one example. We're gonna take a look at another coin that's also forming a similar pattern. So as you can see here, we're taking a look at Paraledger. Paraledger also forming this cup formation. You could have identified it a little earlier, somewhere in this range, probably here or even here. You could start to identify that this thing is starting to bend upward, because you're going to be looking for the the main indicators where it's established a support here. You have 1, 2 touches there. You have a higher low, higher low, higher low, trending upward. RSI also trending upward. So this is a good sign that's going to be forming this rounded cup formation here. So you could have traded it anywhere here and then sold it conservatively at this little second tier resistance level here before this top tier resistance level there. And then you would have made pretty decent profit. Some people will risk it and try to trade the cup formation. It's just depending on you guys. You could trade it up to here, and then from there wait for the breakout, or if it forms a handle in the near future. Like I said again, it just depends on the trader. And you see this pattern everywhere in the altcoin world. And we'll take a look at another coin that's also forming it. So as you can see here, we're looking at Cardano. This chart, for example, is also another swing play, moving fairly slowly. As you can see here, we'll go back to look at Paraledger really quick. So as you can see here, Paraledger also was a swing play for a couple days, and then we'll go back here to Cardano, also a swing play for a couple days. So you're forming this cup, establishing this baseline right here, where the support level is being built right around there. Touch the twice right there to identify support, higher low. Higher low, let me circle this so you guys can see it, higher low, and you can decide where to trade anywhere in this particular range, and then set your guys resistance levels here, and then just manage where you guys want to take profits and how much percentages you guys want to do. So because you can always wait for the breakout, but like I say, I assume false breakout, because most of the times these don't typically will break out. They'll typically bounce, consolidate sideways. So that's where at least I'll take my profits ahead of time. But sometimes it'll break out, and I'll show you guys an example of that pretty soon. So as you can see here, Cardano, same pattern, cup formation. We don't know if it'll form the handle, but cup formation currently. And then we'll take a look at another coin that did break out yesterday. So here is a coin that you could have day trade. So you can also day trade these cup and handles. And so, because sometimes they're more volatile during the day. So right here, for example, we're looking at the 5-minute chart, because this would have been a day trade cup and handle pattern, and you can see right here you have this resistance level here earlier in the day. You had this region right here where it established a base, a support level, and so you have your indicators here where you're forming a higher low. Higher low trend is currently in the uptrend. As you can see here, RSI is increasing, increasing RSI, and then you could also trade up to this resistance level, take profits, and you'd have a really good trade. But in this particular case here, it actually breaks through this resistance level and runs. So that is where you guys could have made even more profit there, trading this little run up to here, holding, and then breaking up the resistance. So, just from there, if you just chose any random spot here, let's just say there, you could have traded that for a potential, it's like 18 to 22% run right there. So that is the power of the cup and handle formation in the altcoin world. As you can see, if you guys have some time, take a look at some previous histories of altcoins and their charts, and you see this pattern every single day, and it typically forms It typically takes a couple days to form, but you can always find these runners where, you know, a coin is up 50%, and you know it has this pullback, and it definitely pulls the starts to create this cup and handle formation, and you'll just see this pattern every single day in the altcoin world. So it's a really good pattern to trade, really profitable, easy to predict. Your risk is relatively low if you can start establishing these higher lows, because then you'll know if the trend does not continue and, you know, falls below one of these support lines. You can always get out, and you'll know that it was not going to form that cup and handle formation. So that's going to be it for today, guys. That is my my favorite pattern to trade in the altcoin world, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.